Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Banny here, and today we're going to be talking about game week 14 of FPL. So firstly, this week, well last week, game week 14, 13, well not even last week, it's really just a couple days ago. It was an okay week for me. Sadly, I triple captained Holland here. As you can see, he ended off with a 2-pointer, so he ended off with 6 points. I thought it was going to be a good fixture, but it really wasn't. So let's start off in goalie first. In goalie, David Raya. I watched the Chelsea versus Arsenal game. It was back and forth. The Arsenal defense really suffered for sure. With no Gabriel, no Saliba, it was Mascara and Hincapié. You could really tell Chelsea were up to the task this game. At home, crowd was roaring. They played very well. David Raya with the 3-pointer, decent. Well, let's see what he can do this week. 1-pointer for Richards. I'm a United fan. I watched the United game. It wasn't looking good for Palace. They look flat. Hope maybe it's just the fixtures, the more high fixtures, and hopefully Richard doesn't get rotated this week. I'll be looking out for team news, but as of right now, I think he'll be starting. SENESI with a yellow card in like the 90th minute, and with goals conceded, it's not looking good for SENESI. SENESI will definitely be leaving my team, either this week or next week. We'll find out. Then another center back, Van Dijk. 6-pointer, finally got the clean sheet we've been waiting for. This fixture when everyone's going for Liverpool players, and I think a majority of people went for Virgil van Dijk this game week, and he finally delivered. And now another person I brought in last week for Gabriel finally made that Gabriel transfer. Went to Nico O'Reilly. He came with an assist. I thought he would get the clean sheet, but City looked flat. Leeds had control of the game for parts of it. But all in all, not a bad move. My vice captain this week, I thought was going to haul against Wolverhampton, was Morgan Rogers. We all know he's a talismanic player, but he didn't really perform that game. But hopefully he returns in the future. But he might be, I don't know if he's on pens. He might not be on free kicks because Buendia's on free kicks. He may be going in the future for a cheaper attacker. I might go to Anderson in the near future, but we'll see. And then the star of the game week, he does have the star on the top left of his jersey, Philip Foden. I watched the game between City and Leeds. He was amazing. He was the only attacker that looked he was going to do anything in that game. He played very well. I thought he was decisive, making passes, shooting the second goal was fantastic. Shifts it to his left, beats a few players and puts it into the bottom corner. I would definitely be keeping Foden going forward, and hopefully he can turn it around as he did not start the year well enough. The next player, Bukayo Saka. Everyone brought this guy in ahead of Arsenal's great fixture run. This was like his first assist since last November, which is kind of crazy. He comes away with 5 points with 1 assist in that crazy Chelsea Arsenal game. I feel like in the next coming week we're in for a big haul. And now it's funny that we know he gets DEFCON now. So even if he does not score assists, we can rely on the defensive contributions. The next player, I don't know what happened with this guy, and that's Semenyo. He's been poor recently. He was really unlucky this game, to be honest. Made the pass to Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson scuffs it. Another shot. Semenyo shoots. It's about to cross the line. Evan Nilsson taps it in from offside position. So it was very unlucky for Semenyo. I'll be holding him for now. You'll see who my transfer targets are this week, and I may, depending on injury news, I may be transferring out Semenyo this week. Only time will tell. I've already spoken about Holland triple captain. Last year, I triple captain Mbeumo against Ipswich, and he got me a 45-pointer. This year, thankfully there's 2, but this year it did not go my way, as a lot of triple captains went with Holland this week. And another player I was rooting for was Mateta. He scored the first penalty, but it was a double kick, hit it off both feet. So they retook the penalty, he scored again. I'm just hoping he doesn't get early subs anymore, because this fixture run is going to be tumultuous with Europe during the midweek and Prem on the weekends. And on the bench, Dubravka with the 1-pointer, James Garner with the 2-pointer, Rodon with the 0-pointer, and Mark Gu with the 0-pointer. Transfers. Let's talk about transfers. First transfer that I'm most likely 100%. I don't usually go with the most obvious transfer. So this week, I think I will. Senesi to Timber. I do need a second Arsenal defender. Timber, the only issue is is Timber nailed with this fixture run, playing in the Champions League, playing in Cups, playing in the Premier League. But I think with Gabriel and Saliba out, I think they have to play him every week. I don't think they trust Miles Lewis Skelly. His performance against Chelsea was poor, and the Calafiori is always a rotation risk. So I think Timber is the one to go out of the whole Arsenal backline. I don't really feel like going with Mascara or Hincapie, because in a couple weeks I'll just have to move on from when they're inevitably benched for Gabriel. Option 2, and if it allows, Semenyo to Bruno. Let's even look at some stats for Bruno. Bruno so far has played very well this season in the FPL terms. He's been consistent. He's been consistent this year for sure. 11-pointer against Crystal Palace with the 2 assists, one to Xerxes and the one to Mount. Both very good goals to I would have to say. And the appeal with Bruno is the multiple ways to points, goals, assists. He's on pens, he's on free kicks, he's on corners, and of course now with DEFCON, he had 11 DEFCON last game, so he could even get you DEFCON. So at 8.9 million, it might be a bit dear, but I do think it's worth it. So let's look at his GA put 90. So looking at the stats, 7 GA this season. So he's about a goal contribution every 2 games, which is not bad for a player. He's playing deeper, so it makes sense. So let's look at another transfer option. If I'm feeling a little bit risky, I could go to Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo scored last week. He looks the most nailed attacker with Salah getting benched this game week. I feel like if I had to pick any Liverpool attacker that I'm confident in it will be him. I'm not confident in Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai could be playing Cam one game, right back the next. Could be good for DEFCON 1 week, bad for the next week. Could be good for goal contributions 1 week, bad the next week. Ekitike and Isak are fighting for position. Salah is not on fire. Wirtz is not reliable. So the only really option is Cody Gakpo, and he's on fire. I think he's at 0.73 GA per 90. So over almost a goal per game. Almost a goal contribution per game, sorry. So he will not be a terrible option. So let's look at the team going into game week 14. So on the bench, let's start off with Dubravka at home to Crystal Palace. Hopefully, I would not start him, obviously, but it's not a bad fixture. Could easily get a clean sheet at home. Garner's going Bournemouth away. You definitely won't be playing him. And Rodon just bench. Chelsea away, never. And then Senesi's on the bench for now. He may be transferred out, but for now he's on the bench with Everton at home with the suspension. Okay, let's get to the starting lineup. In net, David Raya, Brentford at home. Easily could see a clean sheet here. I think their clean sheet odds are over almost 50% or even just above 50%. So Arsenal, it's almost automatic. And the defense now, Richards with Burnley away. I'm not sure if Burnley will start today. I will be looking at the Glasner press conference to see what he says about Richards. Richards is probably the first defender out of the Crystal Palace backline to get subbed out or arrested. So we'll have to see. With Sunderland away, we have Virgil. Another clean sheet opportunity and opportunity for DEFCON and goals. So this would be a great fixture for Liverpool. I did see that they're even estimated for 2.67 goals this game week. Hopefully Van Dijk can be getting on a party. And one of my favorite players this season that I'm happy I brought in, Nico O'Reilly, another assist last week. Hopefully he can get the one this week. This is a tough fixture though. Fulham away is a hard fixture. They're a great defense. City will definitely struggle this game week. But he can get a clean sheet because Fulham doesn't score a lot. Let's go to the midfield. A midfield of Rodgers, Foden, Saka, and Semenyo. So first, Rodgers. Brighton away, perfect fixture. Brighton allow a lot of goals. Rodgers he'll be in the midst of everything. Him and Bundy are the two linchpins for that team. Morgan Rodgers is going to get on the ball. He's going to attack his defenders, and he's going to put the ball in the back end of the net, hopefully. Foden, Fulham away. Hard fixture, like I said before. Same thing for Nico O'Reilly. But Foden is a talisman. At any moment, he can explode. And he's probably the most explosive player on this team other than Holland. And I think he will score this game week. Saka with Brentford at home. Saka, great player. Brentford at home is a great fixture. This Thiago owners, I would be fearing this game. I would not start Thiago in this game like this. I don't think they will even score. Saka could get DEFCON, could kick a clean sheet point, and any goal contribution is fine. He could score. He's definitely on pens with Gorka out. With Odegaard back on, it may be a toss-up between the two when Odegaard's on the pitch, but that will be, 75 minutes later, because Odegaard's definitely not starting. And the last one, Semenyo. This will probably be my final test if I decide to keep Semenyo. Everton at home is a perfect fixture to score in, and it feels like Tavernier, Krupi Jr., Evan Nilsson are getting on the goals and not him. So let's see. Attackers. Holland Fulham away is a tough fixture. Well, I'll be back in the robot to score this game week for sure. Mateta at Burnley away, just like Richards. He's been getting rotated for Nketiah recently, and I think this needs to stop. I will be looking to transfer in Thiago in game week 16 or 17. I think after the Arsenal and Chelsea games, because Mateta is not cutting it. And Margu, you may be wondering, why is Margu starting? I really think with this tight fixture run, Chelsea played on Sunday, they play on Wednesday. I do think Margu can get a start, or at least come off the bench at halftime. We'll see. I'll be listening to Maresca's press conference. It'll probably be a game time decision. Captaincy rankings. Tough fixture for Holland this week, but first he has to be number one in the captaincy rankings. It'll be Holland, Saka, Foden. If I had Bruno this week, I'd definitely go with Bruno over maybe a Foden, maybe. But I do think Foden's so good this week. But I can't go against the robot. I seen FPL Mates video. I was a part of the expert video, and about 70% of experts captain Holland. I do not want to go against Holland this week. I think he could explode against Fulham, even though it's a tough fixture. So I'm definitely going with Holland. Holland captain. So that's all, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next.